And I'm Kelsey Walker. First on Fox Tonight, family and friends gathered today to remember Charles and Andrea Diaz. No word yet on how serious those injuries were, but Fox 54 will continue to update you as we receive more information. By the amount of pieces of this car scattered across this area, you can tell just how devastating this scene was. Aiken officials say this pool has been around since the 50s. As you can see, it really needs to be updated. This home was completely engulfed in flames. They said it quickly spread right next door to this man's home. Georgia DNR says that crews are going to be out here over the next few days cleaning up. As you can see, the damage is extensive. Take a look at this tree behind me. As of now, cars and trucks are driving over the bridge every day. And Georgia's top agricultural official says Hurricane Matthew hit the state's pecan and cotton farmers hard. Well, unfortunately, Russ, there's been no new updates in the search for Kayla Waskow. And it's also important to note that the Secretary of State's office says Whelan is not facing any repercussions as he corrected both violations investigators found. There's two entrances into Patriots Park, one on William Few Parkway and one on Columbia Road. However, the two don't intersect. The riverkeeper says as the water continues to flow downstream, it's picking up more and more trash, making it just that much more contaminated.
But we just want her home now. Everybody loves her, but we miss her.
Early Monday morning, Nora Waskow went to check on her daughter, 15-year-old Kayla Waskow, but found an empty room. There was no note, no sign of a struggle or forced entry. She was just gone.
I got on my phone and started texting, trying to locate her, and nothing. So then I called the police.
Kayla's phone was left behind, a key that led investigators to know she's with 37-year-old Jason Johnson. Whether she went willingly or not remains a mystery. Kayla's parents say it came out just recently Jason Johnson was having some inappropriate relations with their daughter.
I fell apart right then and there. I mean, I just could not believe that a grown man that age would do that to a young girl. I mean, she's not an adult. 15's not an adult.
At this point, Kayla and Jason could be anywhere. The family says they were last reported in Trenton, South Carolina. That sightings led Kayla's family and investigators to believe she's in extreme danger.
Kayla got out of the car and was yelling at him, telling him no, 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 and he was yelling to come get back in the car, and she tried to get away, and he chased her down, picked her up, and put her back in the back of the car and took off.
At this point, Kayla's family says they're doing everything they can and are just praying for her safe return.
Kayla, I love you, I miss you. If you're all right, please just try and call. If you can't, we'll find you and we'll bring you home.
Hundreds of drivers use the Jefferson Davis Memorial Bridge, also known as the 5th Street Bridge, every day. But should they?
Right now, the bridge does have some issues, some substructure and superstructure issues.
The Georgia Department of Transportation last inspected the bridge in December 2015. The substructure, anything below the bridge's beams, and the superstructure, which includes the deck, beams, and barriers, all rated poor. The deck condition and underwater conditions rated fair, but still the bridge is open. As of now, cars and trucks are driving over the bridge every day. The Georgia Department of Transportation says if they deemed it unsafe, they would have Augusta Engineering shut it down. Regardless, Augusta Engineering says change is necessary. But what to do with the bridge is the big question.
Do we keep the bridge open? Whether it would become a pedestrian bridge or whether we would replace the bridge.
The Savannah Riverkeeper is in favor of the pedestrian bridge option.
There are almost 170 miles worth of trails on the Augusta area. There's at least 40 miles of trails in North Augusta, and that bridge would be a vital connection for both of those.
Tanya Bonatadaba says a pedestrian bridge could easily tie recreation in the two cities together.
Having a designated pedestrian and bicycle bridge is a significant move in that direction of actually saying, you know, we want to have a community where everybody doesn't have to drive a car just to go from point A to point B that's only less than a mile or 2 miles away.
The Transportation Investment Act included $8 million for improvements between now and 2019. City leaders just need to decide if more funding will go towards repairs.
To take the bridge and to do a total replacement, I mean, you're probably talking about at least between $20 and $25 million to do that.
The bridge is scheduled to be evaluated again in December. The result of that inspection will determine the city's next course of action.
It's something that we have to go through the Georgia Department of Transportation on, because it is a Transportation Investment Act project, and then we probably would present that to the commission, you know, for information.
In Augusta, Kelsey Walker, WFXG, Fox 54 News Now. Now, it's important to note that nobody from this anonymous group out of Aiken was willing to do an on-camera interview. However, some feel that Justin Whelan hasn't been honest about his credentials in the film industry. Justin disagrees, and he went on record with me to say so. Justin Whelan is starting a film institute in Aiken.
And we're really just going to give kids in Aiken a chance to finally get some exposure to the film world by letting them have hands-on interactions with the cameras, with the editing software, and let them make films.
He registered Southern City as a nonprofit and began requesting donations. However, in South Carolina, to receive financial donations, an organization must also register as a charity with the Secretary of State's office.
Through an outside complaint, it came to the attention of our office that Southern City Institute had not done so.
Investigators say Southern City corrected the issue. The nonprofit also received a violation for using Nike Incorporated as a festival sponsor, an issue Whelan says was a misunderstanding.
I ran into a buddy of mine who's a golf rep, a regional rep, you know, and I asked him, I said, hey, can I get some bags, like, not even like book bags, like those little string bags? He said, yeah, because I knew they're cheap and they're readily available. And he said, yeah, I can give you some bags. And I said, great.
The bags will be handed out to guests at the festival. Whelan says as a thank you, he put Nike's logo on the Southern City website.
So we got in contact with a representative of Nike Incorporated, and Nike Incorporated said that they indeed did not sponsor the charitable organization or promote them.
The Secretary of State's office demanded that Southern City remove Nike from their sponsors page. Whelan complied. But now a group of people are questioning Whelan's career in the film industry. An email that was sent out to Game Festival supporters says Whelan's worked on 40 films. Critics say he's embellishing.
I've had lead roles, I've had supporting roles, I've had featured roles, which are smaller, I've had extra roles, which are the smallest. I mean, so, and then I've produced some, I've helped write some, I've made some myself. So the 40 is really an aggregate of everything that I've kind of ever worked on.
The email says Whelan has won Emmys, and in fact he's won 2 Southeastern Regional Emmys. But the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences says all recipients are Emmy Award winners, regardless of the level, and winners do not need to specify. Despite questions about Whelan's career, the film festival is on, and the main sponsor, USC Aiken, donated $15,000 to make it happen. The school says in a statement to Fox 54, USC Aiken is proud to be the title sponsor for the Southern City Film Festival and Institute, which has garnered tremendous support among community and industry leaders. Now, the festival is expected to have a big economic impact for Aiken, from booked hotels and restaurants. And it's also important to note that the Secretary of State's office says Whelan is not facing any repercussions, as he corrected both violations investigators found.